He's a Bowser. Come on, Bowser, get on the desk. See how you like this. Boom. You're too short for the camera. Oh, this is Bowser. I think you've met before. He's an old man, but he's a good man. Hey, buddy. Oh wait, I know what I'm gonna do. Let's try the TikTok thing. You don't care? Mwah. Would you like any Bowser facts or stories? Were you here when I was giving his whole life story last time about his back and all his other issues? Look at the camera. Yes, they are good dogs. He loves to be under blankets, which is weird because he's the warmest animal I've ever owned. Let's see. He hates the wind. So at our old house, like here's an example of how he hates the wind. At our old house, the side door didn't close good. Like if it rained a bunch, like it would swell a little bit and it didn't close great. And so we locked the deadbolt, and one day we didn't, and it blew open while my wife and I were at work. And we only had 2 dogs at the time, and they got out, and one of our neighbors called us and was like, "Hey, your dogs are out." And we were like, "Okay, thanks," because we didn't have a fence or anything. We lived in it was a new subdivision that only had like a half a dozen, 10 houses in it. So it was just a field behind us. Well, my wife was panicking that they were going to go up on the highway that we live near and get hit by cars or something. And I was like, well, I'm at work, and I was closer than her by like 20 minutes or so. But my coworker was at lunch, so I couldn't leave because it was like an on-call type thing. So I was like, as soon as she gets back, I'll go home. She's like, no, I'm going now. I was like, by the time you get there, I'll get there. But she was too panicked. So anyway, so when my coworker came back, I went home, and like I saw her turning into the subdivision like 30 seconds ahead of me. So we get in there, and our other dog, Shiro, who's this guy, was just sitting in the grass next to our driveway, like having a good old time, and it was windy as hell. And Bowser was back inside under the covers on the couch because he had too much wind. He was done with it. Hello, Oliver. You come and tell me night-night? Look who I have. It's Bowser.
You're gonna show Bowser too.
Yeah, they were just looking at him like, whoop. But I blew on him and he doesn't like that, so he hid his face. You're even a good big brother to your dogs, huh? Yeah. Even though they're all older than you.
Why am I a big brother?
Because you're bigger than them. Good night.
Good night. How old is Bowser?
Ooh, Bowser's 13.
And Shiro?
14.
With me?
6? Maybe 7? Ow. Huh? Yeah. We got her before we knew we were having you, and you're almost 6. So yeah, she's probably 7. Good night. Sleep good so you can have a good day tomorrow.
Okay. And good night to you.
Vanessa says hello.
Hello.
Over there.
Hello.
Okay, good night.
Have a good night, Bowser, and a good night, Dad.
Thanks, bud. You too. So that was his win story. He's prone to seizures, which is common in miniature dachshunds. He's hurt his back one time, but he got like some muscle relaxers and bed rest, and he was fine. And then another time, he, at our old house, so like maybe 4 years ago, he had a seizure and his nose bled, and then he just laid down and didn't get back up. And we had no idea what was wrong. Was sure he was dying. I like cried. I got all the cushions off the couch and made a bed on the floor, and me and him camped out on the floor in the living room with like the other dogs, and I was just so sad. And I think we took him to the vet, and they were like, we don't know what's wrong with him, but there's no evident damage to his spine, so we don't think it's that. And then I ended up going to the LSU vet school, which is like the best in the state, best in the surrounding states, and got him like analyzed and stuff, and they didn't know what was wrong with him. They thought it was maybe his back, but they wanted to do an MRI, which for a dog is like $3,000, or maybe it was $2,000, and then it counted toward the surgery of somehow if they had to do surgery. Anyway, if it was MRI plus surgery, it was gonna be like $4,000 to $5,000, and we had like a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old, and we were like, don't know about that. So anyway, but he was okay. He just couldn't move. He was like lucid and he looked at you, but he wasn't functioning right. So I fed him like wet food and water. Well, I fed him water from like a syringe for a few days, and then when he started eating wet food, I gave him that. And we did that and he slowly got better. And then one day after like a week and a half, he like pooped, and we were super excited about it. He had been peeing. We just had like puppy pads under him that we would clean and get rid of. And he pooped, and we were super excited. And then like it got to the point to where when I was home, I would like put him out on the porch periodically, and he would just kind of like pee on the porch, and I would kind of clean him up a little bit so I didn't have to clean up in the house. And one day I had him on the porch, and I was getting ready to leave or something like that, and I went to get him, and he was sitting up. He had like flopped himself up, and I was like sending my wife pictures and everything, super thrilled. And slowly after like a month and a half or so, he got better, and he started walking again. He's not quite how he was before. Like, he doesn't jump as well as he used to. He used to jump on our like tall bed or the couch and stuff, and he would get on the back of the couch and jump off the back of the couch. But now he like he doesn't even jump on the couch. He can come up and down the stairs, but that's about the extent. But yeah, other than that, he's pretty much normal dog again. So he fully recovered. We think he had a stroke, is what we think happened. And it just paralyzed him temporarily, and he eventually got better. But yeah. So those are some Bowser stories. He's a cute pupper. I love him very much. And he's a real good under the cover snuggler. Yes, I'm glad to see he's better too. That was, like I said, that was a few years ago. All right, I'm gonna put you in your bed. I brought his whole ass bed upstairs. I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick, and then I'll do the Genshin real quick so I can show you, because it's gonna be easier for me to show you than to try and like walk you through it on your game. Yeah, we were looking into getting stairs. I like made him a whole wheelchair when he was hurt, because we were gonna buy a doggy wheelchair, but those were like $150. Oh, I'm hiding. Hang on. Genshin. Wishes. F3. So there's 2 types of wishes. There are intertwined fate and acquaint fates. Never buy these acquaint fates with your primo gems. Never, ever, never do it unless they drastically change the game. And if they do, you'll hear about it. I'll get to why in a second. If you're gonna spend your primo gems that you earn from like doing quests, or if you buy this, which is super good value, then you buy these, the purple ones, the intertwined fate. So purple buy, these don't. The Stardust exchange, so whenever you do a wish, you get some Stardust every time, and if you get a duplicate, you get some Star Glitter, or a 5-star. So the Stardust, you can buy wishes. You can buy 5 per like month and a half. Always buy them. Buy the purple ones first, and then the blue ones if you have enough extra. Always buy those every month if you can. Star Glitter, you can buy wishes if you want to, but you can just straight up buy characters, and this is obviously harder to come by. I would save and buy a character that you really want, or a constellation of a character that you really like, something like that. The weapons currently aren't worth it. They had some other ones before that were pretty good. These aren't great though. And never buy these materials. You could buy gold if you really need it, but don't ever really buy any of these materials. You can just go farm that real easy. So that's the resources first. Now, so the purple wishes are used for the banners, the special banners. So every 2 weeks or so, they rotate the banners. So there's going to be a character banner and a weapon banner. Honestly, unless you're going to spend money on the game, ignore the weapon banner. If there's 2 5-star weapons and either one of them would be good for you, then go for it. Like right now, I really want a Staff of Homa, but the bow is bad for me, so I'm not wishing on this banner. It's a trap for free to play or even low spenders like myself, so I do not recommend the weapon banner. Character banner, yes, definitely. Now this is where you use your blue wishes. Okay, first you have the beginner wishes still. There's 20, you get 20 wishes at a 2-wish discount. So you do the 10x wish, but it only costs you 8 wishes. So you do that twice. It's going to cost you 16 wishes. You're guaranteed to get 2 4-star characters. Do that first with your blue wishes. You're going to also get blue wishes from leveling up. We'll go look at that in just a second. You get these just from playing the game, basically. They just happen. And you also get them from that monthly thing I was talking about. The purple ones you also get sometimes from playing the game, but from like events and stuff. But you generally want to buy those. Okay, so other than the beginner banner, I recommend, and again, unless you're spending money, to do single wishes. It's way more boring. It's way less exciting. I get it, but it's way more efficient. Okay, so this is where I track all my wishes. So you can see I have my character banner, my weapon banner, my normal banner, my beginner wishes, and then my averages. So I'm averaging. Look, if I'm playing a gacha game, I'm devoted. When I played Brave Frontier, like at the beginning of the game, when you didn't have like a big energy cap, I would set my alarm for like 3 or 4 a.m. so I could wake up and spend my energy before it filled up all the way and was wasted, and spend it and go back to like half asleep and then go back to sleep. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so I'm averaging on the character banner, which is what I've done the most wishes on, a 4-star every 7.74 wishes. Now, if you do the 10 pulls, you're always going to get a 4-star. You're guaranteed to get a 4-star every 10 wishes. On the weapon banner, I'm at 1 every 6.625, and on the normal banner, I'm 1 every 6.95, basically every 7. So you're guaranteed to get 1 every 10. So let's go. I'll show you something. Okay, so I got a Rosaria, and then I did a single wish and got a Sacrificial Fragments. Because when you get the 4-star, it resets that 1 within 10 ticker. So the next wish I got a Sac Fragments, and I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 wishes, and I got another Sacrificial Fragments. Okay, so that was 1 within 10. Then it reset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So then I got Ningguang on 5. So it resets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got Kaya. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm on 7 and I got a 5-star. So I stopped at the 5-star. So let's go ahead and do that. So the reason to do the single wishes is because as soon as it resets, so if I do 5 wishes and get a thing and it resets and I have to do 10, well, I got 2 and 15 rather than blowing 20 wishes and getting those same 2. You can get multiple 4-stars on a 10 pull or even multiple 5-stars, which is why it's super exciting to do 10 pulls. But that's just chance, basically. Whereas this way, you're guaranteed to be more efficient over the long run with your wishes, which if you're not going to spend a lot of money, if you're not going to whale, it's the best way to go. So that's why I do that. So the blue wishes, you can spend them once you do your beginner wishes. Can you get duplicates? Yes, and that's okay. I'll tell you why in a second. So once you use your beginner wishes, do your beginner ones first. I waited forever to do my second 10 pull of beginners. I don't know why. But you can spin the blue ones whenever you get them in here if you want to. I like to save up at least 10 because it's easier for me to track on my spreadsheet, and I don't have to... I don't like doing wishes. Like if I had 4 wishes and I wished and got nothing, I would be sad. But if I have 10 and I use 7 and I get something, then I came away with something, so I feel good. So that's why I always save up at least 10, because I know I'm going to hit the 4-star, and that's fine. So anyway, so let's go until we hit our 4-star here. So we were on 7, so this is 8. And again, going to 10 is not horrible, it's just that's normal. 9, so see, I did it on 9. I find it most often hits on 9 if I'm honest. All right, the bell. Boo. Horrible. Okay, so I got the bell. So it's an extra. So I get 2 of that masterless star glitter I was talking about earlier. So hang on. That's what you use to buy the characters. Yeah, poo. I don't. The bell's not good. Let's go to the rates real quick. This doesn't really matter. So your chance to get a 5-star every time you wish is 0.6%. Oh no. 0.6% to get a 5-star, either a character or a weapon. 0.3 for a character, 0.3 for a weapon. Now, consolidated probability, including guarantee of winning a 5-star, is 1.6%, guaranteed to win at least once per 90 attempts. So much like getting a 4-star every 10, if you wish until you hit 90 wishes, you will get a 5-star something. Can get them earlier. This banner is always the same. They have never changed it since the game started, which is stupid, and I hate it. Every other gacha game I've ever played, they release new characters on here, and then after a little while, they add them to the normal banner. But this game doesn't. Whatever. So, on this, you can get Keqing, Chi-Chi, Jean, Mona, or Diluc. Those are the only 5-star characters you can get on here. If you see any other 5-star characters, you can't get them. You can only get these 5. And the weapons, the Amos's bow, the whole Skyward set, so the Skyward Harp, Atlas, Spine, Pride, Blade, the Wolf's Gravestone, Primordial Jade Wing Spear, Lost Player's Prayer to the Sacred Winds, and Aquila Favonia. So those are all 5-star weapons you can get. And then the 4 stars... they do add the new 4-star characters to this regular banner, so that is a thing. You can get them. They don't add all the 4-star weapons though, so that's kind of stinky. But for the most part, the 4-star weapons you get through here, and the occasional 5-star you get, and you get some in here too. So these have rate up. So the way this works is, so Hu Tao obviously not available in the normal banner. If I wish X number of times and I get a 5-star character, I have a 50-50 shot of it being Hu Tao. If it's not Hu Tao, the next 5-star character I get is guaranteed to be Hu Tao. That carries over from banner to banner. So if I wish on this banner, say I was trying to get a second Hu Tao, I already have one Hu Tao. And I missed and I hit Jean or Mona. I always hit Mona or Chi-Chi. I have like a shit ton of them. If I got a Jean, the next 5-star character I get on a character raid banner will be the banner character. So if I miss on this banner and don't have enough wishes to get back to Hu Tao, I can just wait, and when they have another later banner that has a character that I do want, I'm guaranteed I'm a lock to get them. I just have to spend enough wishes. So this one has rate ups on these 4-star characters as well. Diona, Sayu, and Toma. And Toma's new, so the way the rate ups work on the 4 stars is let's see what's it saying. Your base probability of getting 4 stars 5.1%, consolidated with the guarantee is 13%, at least 1 per 10 attempts. The first time you win a 4-star item in this event, there's a 50% chance it will be one of the featured characters, which is those 3 4 stars I just mentioned. If it's not, then the next one is guaranteed to be one of those 3. So if you really want to target a character, that's a way to do it. Like if you really like Noelle, wait until Noelle's on a banner and then wish on that banner, and you're more likely to get more Noelles. That's just the way it works. You will get plenty of 4 stars over time. We'll talk about that in a second. So, yeah, you get your purple gem wishes. You save up for... Generally, you can look ahead because when they release the next patch, like we already know, I think the next 2 or 3 character banners that are coming out. Like I was considering trying to get a second Hu Tao because it really changes how she plays a lot. But they're bringing Eula back, and I missed Eula, and Eula's super hot, so I'm going to try and get Eula. So yeah, so that's the basic rundown of how the wishes works. If you have any questions, let me know. The shop, I have never bought the crystals. Never. I have crystals because they come in this thing, the Blessing of the Welcome Moon. I bought the Blessing of the Welcome Moon, I think 7 times. And I bought the Battle Pass twice, I think. Yeah, so this is $5 for 3,000 gems. If you spent $5 here, you get 300 gems. So it's obviously more beneficial. This is for whales. If you're not going to whale, don't do it. Because like this is like literally even with the bonus, so it's 160 gems per wish. So 6480 times 2 divided by 160. This is 81 wishes. This is not even a guaranteed 5-star character. So you spend $100 and you're not guaranteed to get a 5-star character. And you only have a 50-50 shot. So you have to spend $200 plus to guarantee the character. But that doesn't matter. Whaling is big spenders in gacha games. That's just the nickname for them. So like I'm a small spender. I'm almost free to play. I've been playing this game for a year and I've spent $55. Yeah. So there's like dolphins are like mid-tier spenders. Like a dolphin will buy... Oops, that's not what I meant to do. This is the easiest way to get... So you can go into the shop from here, escape, and go to the shop. But F3 just brings you straight to the wishes, and then there's the shop button there. So it's just faster for me. A dolphin will like buy this every month and buy the battle pass every month. So that's $15 a month, and then maybe some more money spent. I don't even do that, as you've just heard. Okay, so that's how the wishes work. So characters and weapons. We'll get it. So Zhongli. So I have one Zhongli I got on his banner a long time ago. If you get duplicate characters, you unlock constellations. You probably have already gotten some constellations for your main character because you get them just by doing the story and leveling up the statues and stuff like that. You may have gotten one. It's like a little crystal thing. Anyway, when you get a duplicate character, you get a constellation. So you unlock it and it gives you a new ability. So for Zhongli, so his E ability summons this pillar and it pulses and deals AoE damage. Okay. His first constellation increases the maximum number of stone steels created by Dominus Lapidus that may exist simultaneously to 2. So then I can make 2 pillars if I want to. So it does change him. Hu Tao's first thing is Crimson Bouquet. So while in a paramelia, blah, blah, blah. So when she's in her little thing that boosts her attacks, her charge attacks don't consume stamina. So normally,
Where do you want to...
see how my stamina goes down when I use a charge attack? So Hu Tao, you want to use her ability and just charge attack a bunch because it does a shit ton of damage. Well, her first constellation takes away the stamina cost. So you can just use it and just annihilate everything. So they change the characters in certain ways. So the 4-star characters, so like Noelle, for example. Let's go to her constellation. So the first one, so the way Noelle works, so she has her normal attacks like everybody else has. She has a shield that absorbs damage based on her defense. It deals damage right when you use it, And whenever she hits something, she has it's less at the beginning, but mine's high level. She has a 59% chance every time she hits someone while her shield is active to heal the party by this much. 38.3% of her defense plus 226. It lasts for 12 seconds. And then her ultimate ability does 121% damage, 167, and then gives her 72% of her defense as attack bonus, and makes her sword like a big Geo sword, so it does Geo elemental damage. So for my Noelle, so it does plus 72% defense. Well, her attack is 1172 and her defense is 1805. So it takes 72% of this, which is what? Like 1300-ish, and adds it to my attack. So then her attack gets bigger and she does way more damage. Now her constellations. So the first one is while sweeping time, which is the big Q ability, and breastplate, which is the E shield, are both in effect, the chance of it healing is increased to 100%. So when I have my shield up and I use my ultimate, every time I hit, I heal. So that's cool. That makes her into basically a healer in the early game. Then decreases the stamina of her charge attacks by 20%, increases the damage by 15%. I don't care. I never charge or attack with her. Then it increases the level. Then every character has 2 of these. It increases her E ability by 3 levels and increases her Q ability by 3 levels. This is while her shield, when her shield expires or is destroyed by damage, it will deal 400% of her attack of Geo damage to surrounding opponents. So it deals 4 times her attack to everything around her, which boosted by my other abilities is going to be about 3,000. So 12,000 damage. And that can get a critical hit. And then this, her 6th constellation, so increases her attack by an additional 50% of her defense. So now it boosts my attack by 122% of my defense. And additionally, every time I kill something, it adds a second to the duration. So it can make, so now this thing gives me 122% more attack bonus, and it can last up to 25 seconds instead of 15 seconds. So 122%, so now we're looking at a 2,000 boost instead of the 1,600 before, so it's a lot more attack, a lot more damage. So constellations do help. One word of warning, this probably won't happen, especially because you're early in the game, but Bennett, if for some reason you end up with 7 Bennetts, do not activate his constellation level 6. Don't do it. It completely changes how he plays, how he works, and ruins using him with a lot of other characters in the game. Until they put into the game that you can manually turn off constellations, don't do it. Also, weapons. So okay, actually I just got a weapon, so we can go see that directly. So the bell. I already had a bell, and here's a new bell. Okay. So we're going to look at my old bell. So it's refinement rank 1 because I only had 1 of them. Now I have a second one, so I can use it to refine this weapon. So instead of having 2 bells, I'll have 1 bell, but it'll be better. So currently, taking damage generates a shield which absorbs damage up to 20% of your max HP. So for Zhongli, he's got 36,000 HP, so 20% of that is what? 6,000, 7,000? So that would be a 7,000 point shield. The shield lasts for 10 seconds or until broken. Can only be triggered once every 45 seconds. While protected by a shield, that character gains 12% increased damage. Okay, not terrible. Now, when I refine it, taking damage, the shield now gets 23% max HP. So that's going to go up every time you refine it. Still once every 45 seconds and 15% increased damage. So it just makes it better on both fronts. So I'm going to refine that. So now it's refine rank 2. So for example, this thing, the Skyward Atlas. So if I refined it, it would increase my elemental damage by another 3%. So by base, it was 12% because I've already refined it once. See, it's rank 2. And it makes a little wind thing that attacks things for 200% of my attack damage. It's going to go up to 240%. So before it was 160%. So yeah, so for example, right now, this Skyward Harp is refined rank 1. It's a 5-star weapon. It has a shit ton of attack and crit rate. It's really good. But on this guy in particular, I was using this bow before, the Rust, which has way less attack, 510 versus 674. It has attack percent, which is worse than crit rate. But it's refine rank 2. And because of its ability and the way it works with him, the damage difference between these two is real negligible. So if I get another Rust and make it do 60% more damage, or 2 or 3 more Rusts, if I get more Rusts, this is going to be better than that 5-star weapon, just on that specific character. So 4-star weapons are where you're going to want to invest your resources. There are some 3-star weapons that are very good. The Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers is really good. The Skyrider Greatsword is very good for some characters. Skyrider Sword's fine. Sharpshooter's Oath, if you're using Amber, Amber's real bad. She's the worst character in the game. But she's cool. I like her. I wish she was better. But this is her best weapon, basically. It's a 3-star weapon. But for the most part, the Debate Club's pretty good. The one that does damage against slimes, this thing, the Black Tassel, it's fine. There's a lot of slimes in the dungeons and stuff that you're going to be doing in the early game. So don't feel like you have to wish for weapons. When you get 4-star weapons and when you craft 4-star weapons, they're going to be very good for you. Like Noelle's using a 4-star weapon. It's refine rank 5. I've maxed it out. So, let's see. So yeah, see, I only have 4 5-star weapons, and this one's got a duplicate. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So don't be mad if you get duplicates. They're useful because you get this stuff to buy more characters. So like, if you don't have Bennett and you have enough of this, get Bennett. He's one of the best characters in the game. Anything you need to hoard. I know it like made me enhance a weapon to like show me how that works. So early game, when you get artifacts that are better than the artifacts you already have, just equip them. Don't worry about leveling up your artifacts. When you get to like adventure rank 30 probably, and you start getting like the 3-star artifacts. So, God, ignore that. So these artifacts, use them. Make sure you equip artifacts. Artifacts are like probably the biggest enhancement in the game. Pay attention to the sets, but don't go crazy. Don't worry about it too much early on. When you get around AR 30, you're going to be getting some 3-star artifacts. Definitely equip the better ones of those. I wouldn't level them up too much. If you want to, go for it. Level them up to like level 8 or so. It's fine to level up your 3-star artifacts. Go ahead and do that, because you can feed the leveled up artifacts into your better artifacts you get later, and you get like 90% of the experience back. So no big loss. So yeah, pay attention to the sets. Some are better than others. For like, there's one, I can't remember which one it is. It's not Lucky Dog. Oh yeah, it is Lucky Dog. Defense increased by 100. Just flat defense increased by 100. That's horrible. But early game, if you're using Noelle like I was, it's great. So, but yeah, when you start getting 4 and 5-star artifacts at like adventure rank 40 and 45, that's when you're really gonna get into the artifact farming. Before that, don't worry about it too much. Just equip the better ones and level them up a little bit here and there. I'll send you the artifact video. It's a little high level, so don't worry about it if you don't understand it all. But it basically explains like the kind of artifacts you want to go after. So if you see my artifacts, I have all these locked ones. That's because they have potential. Like this thing has attack percent on the helmet. No, this one has crit damage. Helmets are the only things that can have main stat crit damage or crit rate. So those are the ones I save. Flowers always have HP as the main stat, but if they have crit damage or crit rate as a substat, I save them to try and level them up later and see if they turn out to be a good artifact or not. Noelle's your, yeah, you, the first 10 pull of beginner wishes you do. Yes. The beginner wish, the first 10 pull you do, you're guaranteed to get a Noelle. So, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Don't worry about artifacts too much. Weapons, I wouldn't, see, I leveled up some low level weapons. Do I still have them? No, like I had leveled up like a dull blade or something like that. Or a silver sword. No point to do that. You'll be fine once you get some 3-star weapons, equip them and start leveling them up. Just pay attention to what your characters care about and try to equip stuff that cares about that. So Noelle cares about defense, so her sword gives her defense percentage, so obviously that's good for her. I don't think I have anybody that has anything that directly benefits them. She cares about energy recharge. This is an energy recharge weapon. It's a perfect match. Trying to think. Like Hu Tao, like the Staff of Homa gives HP%, and Hu Tao cares about HP%. That's why it's so good for her. I did not get Noelle. I got Fischl and a 3-star Sharpshooter's Oath. 3-star Cool Steel, and 3-star Death Dude. Yeah. It's a Master of Star Wars. Oh, and also Ningguang. Nice. So you got Fischl. Wait, so was that your do you still have the beginner wish? Fischl's really good, by the way. Fischl's super good. Ningguang is super good also. Ningguang's a little tricky to use, so I can give you a better guide on her later. I do want to go get the Pikmin though. But Fischl's really good. So Fischl, so one thing, level up your characters when you can, and level up their talents. That was the beginner's wish. I only have 11 phases to use right now, so when I get more, I'll do another. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Is it still there? Usually the first one you're guaranteed to get a Noelle, and then the second one you can just get whatever. Oh yeah, yeah, there you go. So you got 3 4-star characters. That's pretty sick. For only 8 wishes. So yeah, that's great. Talents. So like for example, Fischl, she uses her E ability and her Q. Do you play on PC or on PlayStation? Because I'm saying E and Q and I don't know if that actually makes sense to you. PC, okay. So her E and her Q, they're like elemental skill and elemental burst, but I played League of Legends, they're E and Q. Anyway, so you switch to Fischl, you use her elemental skill, and then you switch out to someone else. She's a support character. She's not like a main DPS character. Or her Q, either way. So she never auto attacks. So there was no reason for me to spend resources on leveling up her auto attack. I leveled it up once because it's like super duper dirt cheap. Like, let me see. Who's somebody I haven't used yet? You. Oh, somebody that I can actually see this on. You? No. Come on. I've just done it on everyone. Okay, never mind. Anyway. There's no reason to level up her auto attack because you're never going to use it. But by leveling, if you level up your E ability, the reason they're blue is because I have her Constellations. So they have that +3 bonus I was talking about before. So really they're level 7 and level 8 for me. So leveling your E ability from level 1 to level 6 with no other modifiers, you're going to do twice as much damage. You're going to do 100% more damage minimum. Some characters is even more than that. So always make sure you level up your talents. Don't forget about it. It does get expensive. It does require some farming. So pick your characters you like the most and focus on them. And yeah, and then like I said, make sure you equip artifacts. Make sure you pay attention to the weapon. This is like her best weapon right now. It's a 4-star weapon. It's Refinery 4. So anyway, that's the things to look out for. If you have any questions ever, ask me. I love this game a lot, and I've played it for like 800 hours, so I know a lot of things.